Right, welcome everyone to another episode of the Love Island Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris. Well, you wanted drama, and you've got drama.
And yes, we have, Dave, and what another guest we've got on today to deal with that drama. We were joined by our good friend, Mr. Asa Caton.
Haha, hiya guys, how we doing? Where there's drama, there's always an Asa.
Well, Asa, where do you want to start?
Oh, guys, it feels like an age since I've been on, to be honest. There's so much happened. Tonight, we've got to start with the Rumble in the Jungle, the big kickoff, Anna and Jordan. I don't even know where to start. I'm stuck for words. Jordan's behaviour has been nothing short of disgraceful. He's done a full Michael. And, he gets a bit of a pass because he's a Scouser and we expect it. But, Jordan... I knew you'd enjoy that one, Dave.
I'm editing that one today.
That behaviour from Jordan. Yeah, do you know what? By all means, have your head turned. By all means, go and crack on with somebody else. But the way that he engineered that sit down with Anna to then try and it wasn't even as though he was telling her how he felt about their relationship. It just felt like he was, for want of a better phrase, gaslighting Anna. He sat down and he absolutely wanted a reaction from her so that he could just say, oh, well, if that's how you're going to behave, I'm going to go and crack on with somebody else. So as much as it's within his gift, it's absolutely his right to go and crack on with somebody else. At least, as Ovie would say, have the balls to do it properly. Be a man and just say, look, I'm going to go and crack on with somebody else and deal with the fallout. And you guys know, I feel like I'm going through here. You guys know from day one, I've not liked Anna and I struggle to feel sorry for her. But last night, she probably did. Her response was very aggressive. But under the circumstances, I kind of felt sorry for her a little bit. And that's a big admission for me.
Do you think, Dave?
Well, we've been on various buses, haven't we? Or trains, if you like. We've been on the Amber train. We've been on the Michael train at different times, the Maura train, and we've been on and off these various things. You know what, Chris and Asa? At the minute, I'm on the train. Fuck the lot of them. because I feel sorry for Anna? Not really. Again, here's my reading, and a lot of people are saying it was just a complete 180 from Jordan. And I kind of agree. It did seem to come out of nowhere. But you know what? We know that this Greg, he's been out. He's been back home to Ireland. He's had a bereavement, apparently.
Yeah.
And so he's been back to Ireland. Well, he was there in what we were watching last night. So when did all this happen? And I just... with this editing, it's driving me a bit nuts because I can't gauge when things are happening. But I think this must have bubbled up over a while. But I did say, Anna only coupled up with Jordan because she thought she was going to have to leave the villa. She was in that bottom two. She was on that plane home. And then she ended up going for the dates with Jordan and Tom.
Mm.
She coupled up with Jordan. Jordan basically took the path of least resistance. He went with Anna because, she was there. She showed an interest and they seemed to get on. He wasn't that interested in going and flirting with anyone else and just trying to see if there was a connection anywhere. But then in Casa Amor, it's been swept under. He stayed that first night in bed with Jordan before, she decided to go and see Danny. So I think he's just been paired up with Anna because of convenience. And I said when he was going headlong, it was a thing of pride when he was going after Anna because, another man had taken off what he thought was his girlfriend. So he went absolutely headlong into that. But once he got her, he's not asked. And so I've said it before on this podcast, but a curse on all their houses. I just think they're all shit houses and they deserve each other.
Yeah, well, I think... well, let's start. Just don't mince your words, mate.
End of cast.
Yeah, end of the show. See you next
Drop
time.
the fucking mic.
Well, I don't think you know my opinions on Anna. I think, as I say, and I believe in this in life, karma comes by and bites you on her fucking arse, and that's exactly what's happened. She's got her just desserts.
Must have big teeth.
Well, fucking teeth like a racehorse. But anyway, but she fucking did Jordan over. I don't like Jordan anyway, but she did him over when she told Ovie. It's just she gaslit Ovie hater as well. You are right. She gaslit Jordan to just within 30 seconds of binning off Jordan the first time. She went straight upstairs and was like snogging Ovie's face off. So she's not really in any position. The one thing I've got a problem with is Jordan should have got a set of bollocks and just say, you know what, I've done it because I don't like you or you're a fucking pain in the ass. Whatever. Whether it's right or wrong, he'd get more respect off her and everyone else. And I think Anna is well within her rights, considering they're now boyfriend and girlfriend. So they are together. She's well within her rights to go at her. Unfortunately, the aggressive side of her comes out. It's obviously a character defect. There's nothing we can do about it. That's just the way she reacts. But for me, Curtis, shithouse, Maura, fucking dickhead, and Amber and Belle, when they all went at Jordan, it was turning into bullying. Because imagine if 4 lads had gone at a single girl for doing that, it'd be called bullying. And I was getting more annoyed. Not at Anna, she can say whatever she wants to Jordan because he was trying to weasel his way out of it, talking shit, doing that stupid smirk, going, I didn't do anything. I'm just chatting. Like, shut the fuck up. You've done it now. You've shit house. You've done it. But the rest of the girls, like a load of fucking cowling witches, needed to fuck off and let them deal with it. And the only one that got any respect last night was the main man, Ovie, because he just slid in there, picked in the and fucked off.
That was the coolest thing. Sorry,
it was how good, how well did they come out of that? Because Ovie just walked over, grabbed India by the arm and said, come on, let's get out of this.
Yeah.
And how funny was Jordan's face when India referred to him as a mate.
Yeah. You're
my mate in here. And his face just dropped as if to say, oh, fuck, what have I done?
Didn't this to both of you feel like what Curtis did with Jordan, where from nowhere he felt there was a connection with somebody when no one else could see it? It felt exactly the same, and it was like, you bellend, you've just, I mean, he obviously, there isn't anything between, and we can see that I called yesterday's episode Asa that he was doing it purely for the fact now in the bottom 3, he realises they've got no chance, and she said, we thought we were the second power couple, and it's like...
I can't work out whether Curtis is playing a magnificent game or whether he is just phenomenally stupid.
Yeah.
Because what did he think was going to happen as soon as he told Maura? And I know he sat there and he said, oh, you can't tell anyone. If you tell anyone, I'll be angry with you. Fucking idiot. You know as soon as you tell Maura, she's going to run off and tell the girls. Yeah. A, because there's all this fucking girl code bullshit going around the villa. And B, she's a hypocrite and she's got no morals. And I think she's just done that to try and ingratiate herself a bit more with the girls. And also because she knows that the fallout will sink Jordan and Anna. There's one less couple going for the 50K.
It could be. I do think, whichever way it is, as soon as he told Maura, I don't hold anything against Maura in this scenario. We've seen in the past she uses this girl code thing when it's convenient, but she did exactly what we all expected her to do. As soon as she found out, it was 100% certain she was going to go and tell Anna.
So let me just put that into context, Dave. I think, yes, 100%, we all expected that she would do that. But watch it back. She was literally arse cheeks off her cushion before Curtis had even finished what he was saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And Molly the same. Molly came straight in, didn't she? Shit stirring straight away. Good old fucking Molly Thomas the Tank Face. She was straight over there. But the one thing I take out of all of this, though, and I think we should all take a serious look at ourselves and our career paths in life, is India reckons that she could earn 50k doing something a lot easier. So what the fuck she reckons she can earn for 50k? I do not know, because I thought she looked really strong until she said that. But she went, do you really think I could, I'm just going in for the 50k. I can earn that easier somewhere else. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
She's a page 3 model, isn't she?
Well,
that pays all right.
I was just going to say, out of the girls that are in there, she probably is. I know they all call themselves models. She probably is the one that has an established career as a model.
Have you seen that, Asa?
I'm just going off what I've read in the papers. I can see why people would be wound up by that comment from India, but it does kind of sit true that, yeah, she's the one with a, well, let's just say she's the one with a career, because the rest of them don't. They're all social media influencers and chancers and all sorts, professional ballroom dancers. He might have a chance at making 50k at some point. But, yeah, I've got to say, not just for the incident with India and Anna, Jordan last night, honestly, before all that had kicked off, did, for me, what has to be one of the most atrocious things that's happened in the villa since day one. And I don't know whether you clocked it or not.
No, go on.
I know what you're going to say. I don't. And this was a pure shithouse move.
What an absolute shithouse he is. Who takes the last Calippo out of the box and puts the empty box back in the freezer?
Oh, I did see it. Asa, that's the sort of thing I'd say, and Sam would bollock me and go, you bastard, you flipped the box in.
An absolute wanker.
I'm also the guy who eats the quality streets and celebrations that leaves the wrappers in on purpose afterwards.
Oh, you shithouse. Unforgivable.
Sam's going to be listening to this and she's going to be going, that's in the bastard. I've done it for 20 years and I've got no intention of changing going forward either.
So, you know, I was already angry with the guy, and then he went and did that. Well, you know.
No, Asa, you are right. I'm sorry. I am a shithouse as well. I totally agree. Now, Asa, as well, what I find really interesting with this is, as we said numerous times, and I've said this over the last few episodes, I know you've listened in. By the way, did you listen to yesterday's show?
Do you know what? I haven't yet.
There's a little message for you there somewhere in the episode as well. So you're going to have to listen to it. I do drop your name in there.
Emma did say to me, have you listened to today's cast? And I was going to listen to it on the way in this morning. I forgot.
Right. Well, I'm not going to say anything, but we may need to have a discussion after this, myself and you, Asa. So we'll just leave it at that. But
okay.
Asa and Dave, we have had another email from our great friend Karen, and the email is entitled, "Repeated again, Curtis is a knob." I love it.
No disagreements there.
I love it on this email account, though, when we get these email titles. They're fantastic. It's not like we're after a timeshare or anything. It's just slagging people off on the show. Brilliant. It says, "Hi, guys. Still watching and listening every day, but like Chrissy's wife, I just don't care enough about any of them to really comment much. But yet again, Curtis has proved to be the biggest game player and a knob. Jordan confided in him, but of course he had to spill the beans to Maura. I don't like any of the couples, and my only hope at the end is there is a shock and one of the winning pair decides to keep all the money. I've not been eagle-eyed enough to notice Molly May's cringe at Tommy's touch, but I don't want them to win. Anna and Jordan, get them out. Anton and Belle, who cares? I like him, but not her. Chris and Harley, don't care. The times he's put his foot in his mouth, what is wrong with him? Amber and Greg, too soon to tell, but she showed her feisty gobby side again. Michael had a lucky escape. I miss him, laugh out loud. Ovie in India, not sure that's real. Curtis and Maura, I'll eat my hat if that's real. Amy recovered well from her heartbreak, didn't she? Loose women, oh my God. We'll be relieved when it's finished and I can get past my addiction and return to normal life again. Cheers, Karen. I think, Karen, the sentiments of myself and Dave especially agree with that. You know, if you want to go through the couples and get my take on them, and, you know, I think Karen's not a million miles off there.
Chris and Harley, I quite like as a couple.
Really?
Probably didn't really like Harley to start with, but Chris, 75% of the time, I find him quite amusing, quite endearing. But the other 25% of the time, he's what I would call a tryhard. He tries too hard to be funny.
Yeah,
and that really puts me off.
Are you talking about him on the show or me?
Do you not think he had
it is
to
what
work
it is.
Do you not think he had to work a bit too hard for that whole apology? She made him work hard, but I just thought that early on, for me, it was out of context.
I don't think it was the timing of it that would have me questioning that. At the end of the day, yes, he decided to pour a drink over himself, but the answer to the question was Chris. You know, he was one of the people that was in the answer.
That's been skipped over. Hasn't
I think everybody forgets about that. Yeah. So who else was he gonna pour a drink over? Practically the only time he spent with any one of the girls before he got with Harley was with India.
Do you not think, though? I mean, even if you think that, right? Do you not think, just fucking do it to Tommy and Molly May? There's nothing up for grabs. It's not Bullseye. It's not Speedboat up for grabs here. You know, so just fucking throw it on Ovie and Amber or something like that. It's just a ridiculous move, I thought.
And just as you talk about Bullseye, why the hell, when they lost, did they always win a car, something that they couldn't share? But when they won, they always won a holiday or a fashion trip or something. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Very relevant to today's discussion, that, Chris.
Contextual comment, yeah, love it.
Anyway. I'm trying to cast my mind back. I can't remember the prizes, to be honest, but
Mini Metro,
good memory there.
Yeah, Speedboat, Caravan. It was always stuff. Well, you could do a Caravan, I suppose, but they could never share the ones when they lost, which was always bizarre.
Hi-Fis, washing machines. Anyway,
on that bombshell, I think.
On that bombshell, yeah. Thanks, Chris.
On that bombshell. So, go on, Asa. Sorry.
Ovie and India, I quite like as a couple. I hope it's genuine. I'm fairly convinced that it is, because I'm convinced that Ovie's a genuine guy, and he seems to have a bit of nous about him. So you would hope that if it wasn't genuine from India, you'd be able to see that. And none of the girls have gone after India in a particularly catty way, which makes me think that she's liked by the girls and seems to be quite genuine. That certainly they were the couple that I voted for as my favourite couple.
Me too.
The rest of them, Curtis and Maura, shithouses. Tommy and Molly May, boring. Jordan and Anna, they're going next. Who've we got left? Or is that it?
That's it, I think. Yeah, that's it. Amber and Greg.
Oh, yeah. Amber and Greg, pretty bland, to be fair. Greg's not exactly he's come in and he's made a reasonable fist of it, and he's got himself with Amber, but I think they've just settled into a couple. And
stop with your fist analogies, or else you're going to set Chris off.
Amber was quite pleased, didn't she?
Let's not start with the giggles again. We know what happened last time I was on.
40-year-old men pissing themselves at, well, one of us anyway, laughing at innuendos. Apologies, Asa.
And so he's made a reasonable stab of things. Oh God, it's even worse. He's made a reasonable attempt since he's been in the Villa, and he's got himself in this relationship with Amber. But they're just a bit vanilla for me. They're just sort of faded into the background and doing their own thing. So,
and also, Asa, we have had breaking news, if you don't mind me cutting across you there. Hey, Dave, now this could be make or break for our whole friendship and dynamic, but it has been announced it's only going to be 2 series of Love Island next year.
Oh, fuck's sake.
2 series, get in.
So this podcast is going to run and run, Dave.
Oh, dear.
But anyway, so I think that's a nice point to wrap it up, unless you've got anything else, Dave.
Nope, I think we're done.
Okay, so if you want to get in contact with the show, on Twitter, @Love Island Cast, if you want to email us, and please send in your questions and any observations regarding the show, the loveislandcast@gmail.com. If you do like the show, get over to your podcast catching app, please, and drop us a 5-star review. And Asa Caton, where can everybody find you and the Human Metronome?
Everyone can find me at Social Tornado on Twitter. And this weekend, I shall be at Festwich, which is a tribute festival in Prestwich. And I'll be sat behind the drum kit playing for AKA Noel Gallagher.
Good work, good work. Now, Dave, what have you got for us today?
Well, I don't have anything witty, but just to pick up on that point as well, the worst crime that anyone's committed in the Villa since I've been watching this show from this episode 1 of this series is Jordan putting back an empty box into the freezer. Completely unacceptable, and he should get out from the Villa right now.
See you next time.